Hi everyone, this is a video to explain Article 3, the Judicial Branch, in a little bit more specifics. So what I'd recommend first, as you get into your breakout rooms, is I would recommend kind of the first option for answering these questions would be to have someone go to the pacing schedule and go to Tuesday, December 8th, and create a copy of this document and then screen share as they fill in the answers. And then you can ask group members for help on answering questions and work through it together. Another way would be to have one person create that copy and then share it with your group members. Okay, so I would recommend the screen sharing option. I think that will work better and lead better discussions, but it's up to you on what option you would prefer. So this will kind of be the starting point. We'll be answering these questions, and then once you get these questions answered, you're going to copy and put these answers into a paper or an essay, and then you are going to transfer that information from here to the final document. Okay, and that's the final document is a document where we work together on the preamble. Okay, and then you'll be able to see each group's constitution. Okay, and what they have. So with the judicial branch, as you answer the questions, please remember first, remember the goal of your branch. What is your branch's responsibility in our United States government? And for the judicial branch, that is to interpret the laws, okay, and be the judge, okay? And then secondly, as you answer these questions, what I would recommend is think about what the answer to the question would be in the United States. Okay, so in the United States, who would the people be in the judicial branch? Okay, you got the Supreme Court and you got the lower court. Okay, and then how would you transfer that information from the United States to fit into Lane? Okay, is everything going to fit in perfectly? No. Okay, will you want to make some changes? Yes, of course you will. Okay, because it's a little bit different talking about a country to a school. Okay, but we're trying to model this Constitution after our Constitution. Okay, so some of the questions you're going to want to look at, who will be the people in your judicial branch? So at Lane Middle School, who will be the people that serve on the judicial branch, and how will you determine that? How would this branch provide checks and balances to the other two branches of government? So you're probably going to want to check in with the executive branch and the legislative branch members to figure out what checks and balances you can provide. Again, for this one, I would recommend thinking about what checks and balances the United States government and Constitution offers in the judicial branch, and then how can you put that down for Lane? How would you decide if the legislative branch's laws are constitutional or not? So what would be the process for that? How would you settle disputes between teachers and students if they're not getting along? What powers and duties would this branch have? What role in school discipline does this branch have? How would you decide if someone is innocent or guilty? So what would you set up? Explain how the judicial branch will determine punishments for people who are breaking the rules. And how would you make sure the students and staff voices are heard? And lastly, if we are going to make a change or amend the Constitution, what will be the guidelines for doing it? And for this one, make sure that you work with what the other two branches would like to do as well. Okay? So you're going to have to kind of work together and collaborate with them to make sure that what your group comes up with will fit the other groups. Okay? So after you answer these questions, you are going to then transfer that information from these questions to a paper, and then you are then going to take that paper and put it on the final draft, okay, on that preamble sheet. Okay, and then after you do that, you are going to look around in the other groups and see if your constitution fits what they're saying. Okay, you might have to go through and make some changes. Okay, but your final paper, again, it'll be written in like an essay style. It won't be answering a question and then an answer. Okay, that's kind of what we have for this branch. Out of all the groups, this one is a little bit more cut and dry with what you got to do. But this group, I think this group also allows for the most creativity. Okay, with how you handle how the judicial branch would hear cases and things like that between the students, teachers, staff, and things like that. Okay? So please think this out and take your time and come up with detailed answers and specific answers, and most importantly, creative answers. Okay, to show that you have the creative thinking skills to do this project. Okay? You guys can get started. Let me know if you have any questions. If you need any help, please reach out. There is a Zoom button at the bottom called Ask for Help, and you can click on that, and I will be over in your room as soon as you hit it to help you. Okay? All right, you guys can get started. Work hard today.